Hi, this is Razor Wire, and this is a twin flame reading. Today I'm using the Light Seers Tarot, 2 custom decks, and the Journey of Love Oracle. And we're going to start with the Divine Feminine. And the first card out is the Devil. And I just did a talk about the Devil today in my tarot series. So the Devil deals with ego and the desire for instant gratification. It talks about temptations and focusing too much on the material or superficial world. It is about addictions and having to have things be a certain way. And then we've got the King of Swords. And the King of Swords in the Light Seers Tarot is, it's about strength, clarity, truth, integrity, courage. So it's about seeing through those illusions that are created by the ego. You're starting to see through that, and you're gaining wisdom in the process. All right. Now let's see what we got here. We've got the Hermit and the Empress together, and that's evasive. Okay, so your masculine might be being a bit evasive. You might be having a hard time pinning them down or figuring out what their feelings are or where they stand on things, because they may not be giving you, the answers that you're looking for. And then we've got the Magician and the Chariot, and it says you have everything you need to succeed, and you do. You have everything within you to succeed on this journey, no matter how hard or impossible it seems in your life, in your own individual goals. This is a card about worth, recognizing your own worth and your own talent, recognizing that you can survive, not just survive, but thrive, as an individual, that you don't need another person to complete you. And then we've got Strength and the Hanged Man, and that's the inner workings of the universe. Okay, so these are the things that we don't know. These are like the mysteries of life, which make it so exciting, interesting, and maddening. Then we've got the Empress in the World, and that's belonging. Okay, so you and your divine masculine belong together. And if you look in your heart, you can sense that. You can feel that you're already connected, that you're already in union. And then the High Priestess in Strength is a lover's quarrel. So you might be having a difference of opinion. This could be a difference that you voiced out loud. You might be having kind of actual arguments with them or with other loved ones and other people in your life. Or this could be, that you're perceiving that they're seeing this journey very differently from yourself. You might be perceiving it as they're not doing the work, or that they're not that interested, or that they're not feeling the same way as you're feeling because they're not doing the things that you would do in their situation, or they're not doing what you expect or hope for them to do. So this is about understanding that each person has their own journey, their own process, and we have to respect that. And I've pulled some messages from your divine masculine, what he would like to say, or she. And the divine masculine is saying to you, I'm making myself crazy, overthinking, and second guessing myself. Okay, so they're definitely thinking about this journey and about what this connection means, but they could be paralyzing themselves with overthinking. And you know how that is, feminine, because you've done the same thing, where you try to make sense of everything. You try to, make it logical. You try to make it fit, this love fit into what you already know, and it just doesn't work. And you end up, absolutely frustrated. And then we've got, I don't know what to do. Okay, so they don't know what to do right now. They're figuring that out. They're figuring out the best course of action. They're most likely feeling the pressure from you, even if you have never said anything to them, even if you've never given them an ultimatum, even if you've been always kind and compassionate in the way that you've interacted and spoken with them. If in your thoughts you're like, when's it going to happen? Is it going to happen now? When are they going to do this? They're sensing that. They're sensing that pressure, and it's it overwhelms and confuses a bit. It makes them kind of get stuck and kind of paralyzed. And we've got, I think I'm going crazy. So a lot of the things coming from the masculine right now is that they're really stuck in their head right now, and they're overthinking it, and they're kind of spinning out of control here. So let's see what we can find for the masculine. And the masculine is about, the masculine's got the Judgment card. And the Judgment card in this deck is about forgiveness and release. It's about, you know, connecting with your higher purpose, with your soul purpose. You know, it's about that calling, you know, so they are feeling that calling. They're being drawn towards you. You know, it's within them. But they need you to forgive and to let go a little bit so that they can, so that they're free to express themselves. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles, which is about compassion and mercy and sharing, and that, you know, that balance of a healthy relationship, you know, making sure that, you know, you're giving to yourself as well as your partner, you know, so they're needing you to forgive them, to have compassion for them. And you've got the Ten of Wands here, and that shows that they're overwhelmed, you know, that they're overwhelmed with the feelings, that they don't know what to do, that they're, you know, experiencing some confusion. But it is also a sign to keep moving forward, you know. And in this picture, you know, they have a woman and she's got an ox and she's packed and she's ready to go. And it may be a difficult path, and she may not even really know where she's going, but she's keeps putting one foot in front of the other. And your masculine is doing the same. Even if it doesn't seem like they're moving at all, they are putting one foot in front of another every single day. You know, they are working their way towards you. And then we've got the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is about sacrifice and flexibility and changing perspective. Okay, so I feel that you're, you know, masculine right now may be receiving downloads. They may be having some crown chakra awakenings. They're starting to kind of understand on some level what all of it means, but it's just really overwhelming to them. I myself have been having a lot of past life dreams. And I don't know if this is common in the collective, but I'm getting the feeling that for some of you it will be. That your masculine may also be having these types of past life dreams. So they're starting to understand that you have a link. Like, you know, like that you've been linked for a very long time, and they're trying to work out what that all means. And then we've got the Six of Wands, which is a good card because this is, you know, a sign of success and victory and triumph and, you know, standing out from the crowd. Okay, so they are going to speak their truth. They are going, you know, to be successful. They are going to come forward, you know, and kind of declare their feelings with passion, you know. But you just have to let it take the time it takes. Let them heal first. And what you're trying, wait, I'm going to do this first. And then we have Chariot and Empress, and that's birth. And that could mean an actual birth, you know, that your masculine might be having a child, or that someone close to them might be having a child. But it can also be the birth of an idea, or, you know, the beginning of a relationship, you know, or the beginning of a project. So it can be all kinds of anything that's new. Your masculine themselves could be kind of be born right now. Then we've got the Magician and the Star, and that's the impossible made possible. Okay, so things, you know, will happen, even if they seem absolutely impossible, even if there's a ton of obstacles in your way. You know, there's the stuff going on in the world. There could be a karmic situation. There could be children. There could be addictions. You know, there could, you know, be like age gaps and all kinds of things going on. You know, it doesn't matter because, you know, the universe finds a way. And then we've got the Chariot and Judgment, and that's abstain from action. Okay, so right now they're abstaining from action, and I have a feeling more that they're being guided to do so, you know, because they're not quite ready. So it's not really that they want to stay away, but that the universe is kind of preventing them from coming forward at this time because they're not quite where they need to be. And then the next one is the Moon and the Hierophant, which is delays. Okay, so this is necessary delays. You know, this is, you know, the manifestation, the birth is taking place, but first it has to mature a little bit more. And what you're saying to your masculine is, I'm totally obsessed with you. What would you have me do? So you're also in that questioning energy. What should I do? What am I supposed to do? What do you want from me? You know, how can I make this work? You know, you're kind of going through those sorts of questions. I'm dealing with ego, and we saw that with the Devil card in the feminine, that you are dealing with ego right now. You are worried about the 3D and what's happening or what's not happening. And then we've got, I'm struggling emotionally. Okay, so the feminine is struggling right now with this connection, not knowing what to do, not knowing how things are going to happen, you know, still in that energy of questioning everything, you know, when really what's needed is to kind of just take a deep breath and let go. All right, let's see what we've got for the journey. And the journey, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and that's a really good card because that's about new beginnings. That's about foundation. So you're building that foundation. You're, you know, building that friendship. You're coming into alignment. You know, you're getting into a stable place mentally, and you know, so that you can have a relationship, a successful relationship. Because let's face it, if you enter a relationship when you're not in a pretty good place mentally, it's going to be a lot harder to make things work. You know, it takes time, and it's nurturing. It's all the nurturing. It's all the love that you put into the connection to build something strong. And then you've got the Queen of Swords here. And the Queen of Swords, you know, is a very strong, very independent, very resilient woman. She's got a way with words. You know, she's very, very clear, even to the point of seeming insensitive, because she says exactly what she means. She doesn't mince words. You know, she's just very straightforward. And then we've got the Six of Cups, and it shows you know, an older man, I guess, with his dog, and then it shows the same image above, but of the man and the dog as children, or as being very young. You know, so you're maturing on this journey. You're growing up. You're evolving. You know, and you are also kind of recapturing your innocence, right? You know, children have this sense of wonder and joy about life. They know how to surrender and let go. They're kind of open, you know, when they're comfortable with not knowing, with exploration. You know, so this is kind of, you're growing up, but in some ways you're returning to your original nature, like what you were, what you would be if you didn't have all of this trauma, you know, what you are once you've learned those lessons and you've kind of healed, and you're able to trust and open again. All right, so what else have we? We've got the Empress and the Tower. Telepathy. Okay, so you could be communicating telepathically with your twin right now, even if you're not aware of it. You could be communicating in dreams, and we don't always remember our dreams. Keep that in mind. Just because you don't remember, it doesn't mean it isn't happening. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune and Tower, and change your perspective to change your reality. Okay, so you're both gaining clarity. You're both starting to change your perspective on the journey and what it all means. You're starting to see that it's so much bigger than just a romantic relationship, or just, you know, a kind of a boy meets girl kind of scenario. That it's much bigger than that. We've got Ace of Coins plus Three of Swords, and that's toxic relationships. So you're getting, you don't want a toxic relationship with your twin. You know, you want to be healed. You want to be, you know, in a higher vibration. So when you come together, you stay together. And you're releasing all of these toxic ideas you have about relationships, all of these paradigms, and you may actually be, you know, getting out of a relationship which has been toxic, and that takes time to heal from. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the World, and that's ending. So I'm getting a feeling that you're cutting out some toxic relationships in your life. And it's, for some of you, it may actually be that you're kind of stepping back from your twin flame connection, because your twin flame could be in a very negative, dark place right now, very low vibe place, and you realize that there's not much you can do right now on the 3D, so you're kind of staying in the 5D, sending them love in the 5D, but kind of abstaining from action in the 3D because they're not in a good place, and you don't want, you know, to kind of get involved when you're not ready and kind of create all these problems between you. You know, you're thinking about the higher good, you know, and not your immediate gratification. Okay, so that has been a twin flame reading. I really hope you found that helpful. And if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much.